the University of Florida Escambia County Extension, and we have a lot of pests in Florida that kind of give us some trouble when we're trying to grow some of our favorite plants. And all summer long, you know, whenever people start growing tomatoes, we get so many calls and people coming in frustrated about one of the problems that we face here in our sandy soils called nematodes. And nematodes, I never had this problem in Tennessee, but once I moved to Florida, in this sandy soil, they're tiny microscopic roundworms, and some of them get into a plant and feed on that plant, causing problems with the plant growth. So you think if something's feeding on your roots, you certainly aren't able to take up the water and nutrients that you need. So we're always looking to manage nematodes so that we can grow some of our favorite vegetables like eggplant and peppers and tomatoes that are very susceptible to that pest. Now, many years ago, it was a common practice that we did things like companion planting. But the research hasn't really proven that for nematodes that's overly successful unless it's done a certain way. So I wanted to clarify for homeowners, if you want to try some companion planting, how to do this properly. So let's look at some of the common plants we would use, one which is marigolds here. So marigolds is a common annual that we have grown for ages, that we love the flower in a full sun location. It's really bright and colorful with yellows and oranges, different shaped flower heads. But marigolds is one of the plants that has a chemical that leaches out of the roots and gets in the surrounding soil and makes it unsuitable for some of our pests, including nematodes. So what people do is when they plant their tomato, they'll say, well, I'll put some marigolds around this plant and that'll keep the nematodes away. It doesn't really work that way. What you have to do with these marigolds is you would have to plant them as a cover crop 2 months before you grow your tomato, so all of that chemical can leach out into the soil, and then when you grow your tomato, that would help kill or keep the nematodes away and help them slowly build up. So right now, if I just put these over here around my plant, it's certainly going to look pretty in my garden, but it's not necessarily going to protect this plant over here from some of those pests that can get on it. Now the good thing, if you're a little bit too late and you plant them together, the marigolds will bring in beneficials that can help pollinate, that can help eat some of the aphids or other things that may get on there. But the marigolds themselves are not going to keep the nematodes down. So what can we do for these nematodes? In the home garden, we really don't have a lot of chemicals that a homeowner can use like some farmers would. So what you do is you include a lot of this really good organic matter in the soil, and nematodes don't like that as much. Another thing that you do is next year, we don't grow the tomato in the same location or pepper or relative. We actually rotate those crops and grow something totally different here. So if the nematode numbers have built up, what they can do is they'll go back down so that we can return with a tomato or other relative later. So although frustrating and you're looking for some of those organic or good companion things to do, research has shown marigolds must be in at least 2 months before you grow your tomato. If you want to use it at the same time, it is still beneficial for bringing in some good bugs and adding color to your garden, but you're not necessarily going to manage those nematodes. So make sure you look at the science when you're going for that, and if you need to know what that is, contact us here at Escambia County Extension, University of Florida.